With this being the final video in our CRM for Finance Brokers series, we're going to talk a little bit about best practices for client management. You need to be able to, first of all, structure your pipelines for maximum efficiency. So you want to make sure that all of the stages here follow your steps in the applications pipeline and that you have the appropriate stages set up in your referral pipeline. You can hit the edit button here to be able to change those stages. If you have an advisory arm to your business, you may want to create an advisory pipeline. At a minimum, from a stages perspective, you want lead in, contact made, application submitted, unconditionally approved, and ready for settlement. It's highly likely you're going to need a pre-approval doc stage as well. The next step is making sure that you can automate your client follow-ups and all of the communication. That involves automations, email templates, reminders, and so on and so forth to ensure that clients are contacted at the right time without requiring manual intervention. A good example of this is setting up automated reminders for clients to submit outstanding documents. These reminders can be triggered when the deal moves into the pre-approval doc stage or the pending extra doc stage, for example. You also want to make sure that you're tracking key client information with custom fields. So if we dive into the system here, if we have a look inside of a deal, some of those key fields can be things like the key date fields, commission fields, loan rate and detail fields, application details where you're tracking the outstanding documents and who the applicant 2 and 3 are and who the guarantors to the loan are. Don't forget the link to the client application form and the automatic creation of your cloud drive as well, or a folder in the cloud drive. We've already spoken about using activities to stay on top of everything. This is one of the core features of Pipedrive, but you can also do and use things like the contacts timeline here inside of the system, where you can stay on top of all of your referrers to see how recently you've contacted those referrers and what the next step is with those referrers. It's also things like making sure that the database is correctly segmented for data, for marketing purposes and for data segmentation. So you can see here making sure that someone who has where the loan has settled is labeled customer, or if they're in the pre-settlement stage, they're labeled an applicant, or if they're a referrer, they're correctly labeled. You can, of course, get more granular with this by including things like client preferences, risk profiles. You can then create different or separate communication plans for different client segments, ensuring that each group is kept in the loop and receives the right level of support based on their specific needs. That comes down to things like having date-based triggers after settlement for certain types of loans and so on and so forth. Effective client management is all about staying organised, maintaining clear communication, and delivering personalised service. Pipedrive provides finance brokers with the tools that you need to manage your clients effectively, from the automated follow-ups to the customised communication, the use of email templates, the data segmentation. You can use it to help strengthen client relationships, drive more repeat business, and create a more efficient, streamlined brokerage operation.